Alright, so just a little quick unboxing of it, and then I'll go into it. I've not done one of these first impressions things for a while, so here you go folks, enjoy. Okay, so I've not done one of these in a while, sort of to go with the unboxing, is first impressions. Now I did wear it obviously when I bought it, but that doesn't count, so I'm going to do a little day in the life of the lovely angel share. Just the first impressions, but obviously this deserves and needs way more than that, so I'll give myself a few sprays. Right. It is a lovely bottle, and as you saw, there's quite a spray of that. Look at that. I love the little, you can't really see it, but it is gorgeous, isn't it? And I think one of the things that I remember people saying is it's a bit cheap to have the plastic top. It's not a bit cheap to have the plastic top. I'll show you why. That is, it weighs an absolute ton. And I think if this was glass, posting this about the world just wouldn't be practical. It would be even more of a heavy, deadly weapon. So yeah, what do I get in the first few seconds? This has got to be a short one. I've got, like, it's Sunday, so I'll probably have a couple of walks out, and obviously I'll come back within the house and that. Oh god, so yeah, straight off the bat you get this beautiful, it's fruity, it's very like a fruity brandy. It's not fruity if you get what I mean, but it's like a very good, very expensive brandy, cognac, whatever you want to call it, but oh god, it's quite magical. It's got a little bit of a toffee tinge to it. I wouldn't say it's toffee caramelly, but it's got that, I don't know, I suppose syrupy sweetness is probably the right thing. And straight off the bat, it's I get spices, but for me straight off it's a little peppery. Maybe there's cedar in it. I've not checked all the woods. I know obviously there's woods, there's oak, but maybe it's cedar, but it's a little bit peppery. Look at that, it is it's a thick EDP, quite oily. Obviously that'll go, but yeah, I'll come back, I'll let it settle and I'll come back. Okay then, so probably about 10 minutes or so after, it has settled. Hasn't changed massively, but it's much woodier now, and I still get that pepper tinge. I don't know if that's probably there's a couple of woods, because I don't think pepper's listed, but it's definitely more woody now, and it does smell like it's supposed to do. It is very much like an oak barrel filled with this beautiful, but obviously the brandy in this is going to be absolutely top notch. There's nobody in the perfume world who knows his brandy better than obviously Kilian, is there? The great Hennessy link. Oh, it's lovely, and the woods is the sweetness of the brandy is just quite magical actually. Oh, and I'm sure there's not a lot of vanilla or anything like that, but there's a certain smoothness to it now. It's got a lot more depth. So yeah, we'll see how this develops. Obviously off out for walk number 1 today. So far, absolutely beautiful. It is like I don't know if any of you have been on tours of places, but it is like being in one of these breweries and going into one of the rooms, and you're having a little taste of the brandy, and you can smell all the flavours and the fruits and the spices all around you. So yeah, it's quite gorgeous. Okay. So yeah, now we're about sort of half an hour in, and what I must say is, you saw where I sprayed. I didn't spray too heavy. There's just a massive cloud around me of just a really noisy day, isn't it, with every single car in the world going past, obviously. But yeah, it's a really kind of it's a cloud around me, and it surrounds you. It's like you don't smell like you're in a pub, if you get what I mean. You don't smell like you're an alcoholic, but it's got that sweet, beautiful, rich brandy, and the spices all around you. And now I'm starting to pick up quite a lot more of the cinnamon. It's quite beautiful, actually. So the cinnamon adds that, well, what you expect cinnamon to add, that kind of beautiful warmth, that sweet, spicy warmth that cinnamon does. I think it's, yeah, I think it is quite beautiful, actually. Has it changed too much? Not really. Like I say, it's got a bit, like it had before, it's maybe a bit thicker now, and a bit sweeter, and a bit kind of richer. And the woods, that peppery spice, thankfully, is gone, and it's the booziness is not so much on the top anymore. It's more soaked, like a lot of people have already described this, it's kind of soaked into the woods. So it's more like a barrel, or you know, someone's been spilling the brandies on some oak furniture and that kind of thing. It is very nice. It is definitely suited to this weather. I mean, I don't know if it picks up the rain on the camera, but it's raining. It's very autumnal. As you can tell, I've been walking. So yeah, we're pretty much well over half an hour, and I'm quite surprised actually by how much it kind of surrounds me. So yeah, I'll be back later, folks. Now then, I didn't want to keep coming back just for the sake of it, but we're probably a couple of hours in now, maybe a little bit more. Hasn't changed massively, but what I will say is you get more of the tonka coming in, and it's quite a smoky wood now. Now it's more like the oak, I kind of think of it as. It's not smoky, don't get me wrong, but actually, is it not? Yes, it is. It's kind of like the wood's been smoked, if you get what I mean. It's not smoky as such, but it's like the ingredients inside are smoked a little bit. And obviously the tonka warms it up quite massively. And you do start to actually get the praline, or praline, or however you want to say it. And it's not nutty, but if you smell like praline, it's like a nutty sweetness, isn't it? I think, aren't they caramelised nuts ultimately? And it is quite lovely, and the vanilla is definitely there now, as is the kind of smoothness of it all. I don't know how to describe it. It's still quite boozy, it's still quite a brandy fragrance, but that's kind of a secondary element for me now. Don't forget, this is all just a kind of first impressions. Oh, it's good. I won't rabble on for the sake of it, but yeah, it's good. Okay, so my lovely second walk. It's been chucking it down, so I'm quite drenched, hence it taking me quite a while. Has it changed much? Yes and no. It still maintains the same kind of stuff that was in it before, but now it's more woody's the wrong word. Don't want to use the word resinous, because it's not resinous, but it's like a sweet woody. Like, I think the tonka and the vanilla have kind of taken over, still with a touch of the sweetness of the booziness, but the spicy kind of touch has faded, on me anyway. And don't forget, this is only like 2 wearing, so it might obviously be different. So yeah, sorry, interruption. Doesn't matter what the weather's like where you are, there's always bloody people, isn't there? But yes, it is now, it's close to the skin, but it's still punching a bit. I believe, and you're looking at 6 hours. But again, this is my skin, don't judge it by that. And it's just a very sweet, it is like, I suppose you could look at it as like a used barrel, you know, like a barrel that's had brandy in, you know, a few weeks ago or whatever, and it's that kind of sweet, beautiful, woody fragrance. So yeah, pretty much all in all, I'm very glad I purchased this. I don't have anything quite like it, but obviously a boozy scent is a boozy scent, and some of them can be quite similar, but nothing quite like this, and nothing to the quality of this. As you'd expect from Kilian. I'm not just saying that because it's Kilian, it is, I understand the hype behind the fragrance. I'm not disappointed. It perhaps, I don't know, it doesn't lack anything. I was going to say maybe, you know, this and this, but no, it's perfect as it is, and it's perfect for this kind of dreary weather. So thanks folks, thanks for watching, bye bye. So yeah, in summary, obviously I finished filming it now. It is very, very lovely, very worth the money, very classy fragrance. It's beautiful. I wouldn't say it is a very boozy fragrance, but I wouldn't say that's where it starts and ends. So if you're not a big fan of boozy fragrances, it's very warm and rich and good for the cold. But anyway, I'll end it like I normally do, with a little some great words for some great people. And this time the poet is that great man, Buster Rhymes. And obviously this was going to come, wasn't it? So, give me the Henny, you can give me the Chris, you can pull the Remy, but pass the Cavossier. Give me the ass, you could give me the dough, you can give me the dro, but pass the Cavossier. Thank you folks, and coming after this is a little bit of quiet, silent time, just to end the video nicely. I had to film it about 400 times because I seem to have moved right next door to a motorway with a road that has one car go down it every hour, if that. All of a sudden turned into the biggest motorway ever. Anyway, enough ranting. Thanks folks, hope you enjoy the video. Just the first impressions, remember, and I will do a more detailed one later on. Thanks, bye bye. And here is just a little bit of silent time.